just got back from Haiti, where I was visiting the earthquake response. So January 2010, there's a major earthquake in Haiti. It's now 15 months later, and the situation is still really complex. There's around 610,000 people still living under canvas, whether it's a tent or a tarpaulin. It's a very complex, rapidly changing environment. Like many humanitarian emergencies, it can be uncertain and difficult environment in which to make decisions. So I found myself sitting in a cluster meeting talking about a particular ethical dilemma which comes up periodically in humanitarian work, and there was lots of discussion. People were really insightful about the complexity and the challenges that they were facing. But ultimately we weren't able to make a decision about what we should do in relation to the dilemma. So a cluster meeting, it's a coordination mechanism. You've got lots of different agencies, different opinions, and ultimately trying to also provide technical advice on certain issues for other agencies to follow. So a week later, I introduced this humanitarian online decision-making tool, and we used it in the meeting. So I had my laptop, I was linked into the internet and up on PowerPoint, and we were able to capture that complexity of the discussion, input it, typing away. And the first thing I noticed was that people were almost validating what they were saying, or making it more concise and being a little bit clearer about what their actual opinion was, because they were looking at it up on the screen and they're like, well, actually I said that, but what I really meant was this. So we got a very clear and concise discussion in a way that doesn't always happen when you're simply having a general discussion. So once we'd captured that, the problems and the range of issues, the online tool led us through a series of questions and decisions. And ultimately, the end point, we had a single decision around, here we've got our ethical dilemma, should we proceed with our intended action or should we not? And so what I found was the real value of the tool was that it led us to make a decision in an environment where previously we hadn't been able to reach one. And I think that's incredibly important in a humanitarian, chaotic kind of environment. We want to make good decisions, we want to think through the complexity, we want to understand that our humanitarian principles, the things that we stand for, our codes of conduct, ideas about do no harm, that we are incorporating all of these principles that we say are really important into our operational decisions, but it's not always easy to do. So that was the first brilliant thing about the tool. The second thing was that it actually resulted ultimately in a decision that I hadn't anticipated. And I think that also shows the huge value of the tool.